I was hired to fire people at a tech startup. Today I had to fire the CEO who hired me. The irony wasn't lost on me as I prepared the termination paperwork for the man who'd recruited me 6 months ago with the line, "We need someone who can make the hard cuts without flinching." As head of Aptiv Transition as Sakshi, my job was simple. Fire people professionally. No messy scenes, no lawsuits, minimal trauma. I was good at it, turned the corporate reaper, who delivered bad news with such empathy that people sometimes thanked me while clearing out their desks. When Marcus hired me, he was the golden boy of Silicon Valley, parent 32 years old with 2 successful exits and $80 million in fresh funding for his A platform. "We're scaling fast," he'd explained during my interview, "but we've made some enthusiastic hiring decisions that need correction." Translation: he'd hired his friends, their friends, and anyone who stroked his ego, creating a bloated company burning $2 million monthly with little to show for it. My first 3 months I terminated 43 employees, parent mostly unqualified friends of friends, making 6 figures for questionable contributions. The board was pleased. Efficiency improved. Marcus called me the best investment we've made. Then came the pivot. Marcus became obsessed with a new direction that would require rebuilding our entire platform. The engineering team warned it would take 18 months minimum. Our runway was 12 months. The data showed our current product was finally gaining traction. Visionaries don't follow data, Marcus announced in an all-hands meeting. They create new realities. The next day, he fired our CTO for lack of vision, parent, without consulting me or the board. When I confronted him, he smiled that COO smile. Sometimes the surgeon needs surgery. I started noticing other red flags. Marcus bought a Ferrari the week after implementing a hiring freeze. He began missing investor meetings, but found time for past appearances discussing his leadership philosophy. Expense report showed $14,000 dinners with cheese. While we cut the office snack budget last week, our CFO pulled me into a conference room with 2 board members. They slid a folder across the table containing sparents of Marcus's texts to a junior designer promising promotions for private meetings. Another document showed he'd diverted $2 million to his brother's shell company for consulting. "We need this handled quietly," the lead investor said. "No public drama, no press. Can you manage that?" This morning I scheduled a strategy update with Marcus Kensark. When he arrived, I had security waiting discreetly. His face, when he realized what was happening, paired confusion, then anger, then a strange smile. "Pertal will stay with me. You can't fire me," he said. "I am the vision. I am the company. The company will continue," I replied, sliding the evidence folder across the table. "Your personal belongings will be delivered to your home. Your access has been revoked effective immediately," he laughed. "I hired you to be the bad guy so I wouldn't have to be." The irony is beautiful. Actually, I corrected him. "You hired me to protect the company. Today, that's exactly what I am doing." As security escorted him out, employees pretended not to watch. I sent a company-wide email announcing an executive transition and reassuring everyone their jobs were secure. Within an hour, our stock price increased 6%. The board appointed our COO as interim CEO, parent, a woman who'd been silently keeping the company running while Marcus collected magazine covers. My first meeting with her was refreshingly direct. "Will I need to worry about you coming for my job?" she asked with a half smile. "Only if you buy a Ferrari while cutting the healthcare plan," I replied. Sometimes the most important firing isn't the loudest employee or the weakest performer. Sometimes it's the person whose name is on the door. And sometimes doing your job well means ending up in places you never expected, paired like the executive floor where I am now, chief of staff to a CEO who understands that vision without execution is just hallucination. The ultimate irony: Marcus still owns 15% of the company. Every improvement we make increases the value of his shares. Sometimes even failure finds a way to succeed.